Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. This is Allie Tarot 108. Thanks for tuning in. If you've clicked on the video, you know what it's about today. You know what we are doing. We are doing a celebrity reading. Continuing on this series with pop stars, basically. Though I am looking at the viewer requests, I am acknowledging all the things people are requesting. I just feel like right now I'm gonna kind of continue on this series with the pop stars and stuff. So yeah, I see all the comments. If you have any celebrities or world events or stuff that you're interested to know about, please comment them down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, of course. But yeah, so let's get into today's reading. Today we are reading about certain ginger British guy. You've clicked on the video so you know who it is. It is Mr. Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran. So now we're going to be looking at the past, present, future of this celebrity. And if you're new to the channel, I just want to explain how we do it. So the first line will be the past of this person's life. The second line will be the present, what's going on with them right now, and the third line will be the future. So we are also going to be doing a little thing that I like to do, which is looking into the past life. We're going to look at Ed Sheeran's past life. Who was he in his past life? And why is it and how is it that he came to be in this position in his present life? Because now, just to explain about spirituality and things, what happens is often that people who are very blessed in this life, it's that they have been through some like dramatic things in their past life, or even they're coming sometimes from the angelic realm. So yeah, people who come into this life and who come into like very good families or who become very famous, very rich in themselves, they often, you can just look into them and see that you were a very special person in your past life as well, which is why you've come into this present life. But yeah, let's ask now. First, we're going to look into Ed Sheeran's past life. Then we're going to look into the past of his present life. And by the way, guys, a few things. I want to say that I'm a tarot reader, but I'm also a psychic. I'm also a medium. I connect to things. I get messages. I get things whispered in my ear. I see visions and things. So really whatever spirit wants us to know about this person is what is going to be revealed today. And yeah, I also don't do too much research on the people that I read on. So yeah, I just try to listen. Basically listen to that space between the air and get the messages. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. This one came up. Ooh, okay, so Ed Sheeran in his past life. Interesting. This is the Taj Mahal in India. And now, I actually, believe it or not, guys, just watched the new music video from Ed Sheeran, Azizam, and I know it's not to do with India, so the Taj Mahal is in India, but I know, and I know that his new song was more about like Iran and Persia and like Persian carpet, but it's really interesting. It's interesting. It's a lot of mixed things coming up. You see here it says Russia as well, and yeah, that energy that I'm picking up on in this like vision that I'm getting is that I feel like Ed Sheeran in his past life, he was somewhere in the East, more of the East. He wasn't in a Western country at all. I feel him and I see him like he was somewhere. I feel like he was a musician in his past life as well. And I'm seeing like a bazaar in some kind of Eastern country, maybe even Islamic country, or it could be India as well. Um, and him being like a minstrel, like kind of like a busker, like on the side of the road, like playing this long stringed instrument. I'm seeing like it's something kind of like a sitar. It might not be a sitar. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not from that area of the world. I don't know all the names of the different instruments, but I feel like I'm seeing him with like these kind of Eastern kind of like Islamic clothing, um, where like on the street, it's hot outside, and I'm seeing pomegranates around. So it could be somewhere like in the Middle East, you know, close to Afghanistan or Iran or north northeast or northwest of India. It's I feel him like he was in that area. There's this kind of like vibe with that, and I see him just like being very skilled on his stringed instrument and also living to a very old age. And being really, I feel he was a male, okay? He was a man, and he lived to a very old age, and I feel him being like a wise grandfather with this like long beard and like mustache, like big, big mustache, and just like having many children as well. And I feel those children are still living on this earth, and he's in his next life now. So it's really interesting. How is it that he became a British superstar from that position? Kind of interesting, isn't it? Okay. But anyway, let's get to his present life. So before each line, we take a few indicator cards, and then we take our tarot. So let's look at the past of his life. What do we need to know about Ed Sheeran? So this is about the past of his life completely, when he was young, from ages 0 to present. Although the present is going to be in the next line. So from 0 to now, what is the general theme of Ed Sheeran's life and mood? And tarot is not biographical, by the way. We're going into emotions, we're going into deep different things. Let's see what is the message coming up about Ed Sheeran. Oh, interesting. Oh, appreciating myself. Number 3. Okay, so it's 21, which is number 3. So I completely know my own worth and honor and love my wonderful soul. I think it's very true. Isn't that really like his mood? Like, he's very comfortable in himself and confident in himself. And he's very like that person who, you know, there's that one story about how, who was it, Madonna or Katy Perry or someone or some pop star, when he was at some big Hollywood event, someone said to him, like, or was it Taylor Swift? Someone said to him, like, oh, could you get me a drink? And he goes, I'm Ed Sheeran. And she said, okay, I'm this person. I'm Taylor Swift, maybe it was. And could you get me a drink? Because she thought he was a butler. She thought he was a server at the event. But no, he's he's a pop star. He's a superstar. And so it's that energy of like, I am who I am. And this whole card here really reminds me of that song he did, Perfect, where I believe in that video it was just like a lot about rolling fields and stuff. And by the way, I know he's part Irish, and this green background really gives me that energy of those lush green Irish Isles and British Isles. And it's this whole energy I feel of like being really grounded in himself, and like I feel him and I see him just like giving himself a pat on the back is the message I'm getting. Like, you know, I made it this far and I'm happy that I made it this far. I see him like when he was first really getting famous, being like, I I'm happy it's come to this, but I want to maintain this also. So I have to really work on myself, push myself, do more with myself. I see him as a person who's like, never give up. Keep doing it and keep going because it's what I have to do. it says here, I completely know my own worth and honor and love my wonderful soul. So I feel him like, it's really true. He knows his own worth. He knows his own worth. He knows that he also should put the effort in for it because he is a talented person and he knows it within himself. So, yeah, interesting. We're going to take one of these karma cards to get a little bit more information. I want to know, especially about his like upbringing and how it's come to be that he became so famous, or I feel like we're going to hear about his internal stuff a lot more here in the first line. The past. What do we need to know about the past of Mr. Ed Sheeran? Okay. Interesting. Spiritual, mental, physical. So in the 11th house. 11th house is that Capricorn energy. And 11th house in astrology also, by the way, guys, is the house of gains. It's a house related to money. It's a house related to gains. It's a house related to seriousness, and also gains from family members like that. But yeah, it says here, spiritual, for humanity's sake, mental, your hopes and wishes, physical, do it for the future. That do it for the future thing is really interesting because I get that feeling from him, like when he was younger and when he was starting to get famous or getting to music, I feel like I see him as a young guy, as a child, as a teenager, being like, okay, I gotta play music. That's the only thing I can do. It's like my heart and soul is like, I can't even think about anything else. I can't do anything else. And I see him when he was younger, like really practicing and just like picking up that instrument, picking up that guitar and being like, I gotta do this all day, every day, because I can't do anything else. It's like, I feel his guitar as like an extension of himself, as like a third arm or something. And on the spiritual level, for humanity's sake, I feel him like he's a person who he wants to be an entertainer, but more than that, I feel like he wants to move people. He wants to create emotions in people. He's an artist. He's a person who wants other people to feel something. I feel like he's someone I feel he can be very emotional, deeply emotional, or very loving as well. And he takes care, I feel, of himself. I'm getting the message about him taking care of his public image and taking care of himself. And also I get the message about him like taking care of the people he loves around him. Like really caring about the people who care about him and the people who take care of him. I get a message like he doesn't quite see himself as a superstar. I feel like he thinks that, like, I am famous, but I still gotta have responsibility. I gotta have social responsibility. He's not one of those guys who's like a rock star and he's gonna like trash a hotel room. No. I see him just being like grateful and down to earth, and I feel like he's always been like that, and I feel like those values were kind of taught to him and put into him. I'm seeing a message now about like a big family, big extended family, and with this 11th house energy coming up, I get this message about like, I feel like he has a big extended family, and it's like, I get the feeling like he can call up anyone in his family at any time and be like, hey, can I come visit? And that person will be like, yeah, come. I have a bed for you. I have a couch for you. So I feel him like he has a lot of supportive people around him in his life, and in his personal life, on a personal level. With the mental platform, your hopes and wishes, I feel him like he did have this wish or dream to be like a big superstar. He had that dream. He didn't know if it would be realized. He thought something could happen, but he didn't know it would be so super realized, like he'd become another Paul McCartney. I actually get the message about Paul McCartney, like that could be a big influence for him in his life, Paul McCartney. I don't know if it is or not. Maybe you guys know better than me. If you're super fans, I'm most of the time for these celebrities, I just skim over the Wikipedia page. I don't do too much research, but yeah, I gotta get a little feeling, Gotta do a little bit of research, but I don't go on all the different channels to know everything about the celeb, because guys, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that stuff. Okay, so we're pulling up the tarot. So what do we need to know about Ed Sheeran's past, the past of his life? Let's see. High Priestess. Okay. With that, what's coming up for me in High Priestess here is a bad breakup for some reason. Maybe you guys know better than me, but I feel like there could be a very significant ex that he has in his life. Okay, Six of Pentacles. What else coming up about his past life? Nine of Swords. Knight of Cups. Feel more. Nine of Cups. Ooh. I don't know. Okay, let me shuffle again. One more card coming up here. Six of Swords. Interesting. A lot of sixes and nines coming up here. Sixes and nines. So, now, what I'm seeing here is with this Nine of Swords here, you see how there are all these bees buzzing, and the number 9 is in the tarot is really about transformation. 9 and 10 cards are like about things turning over, new leaf, or transformation. So the swords are about the mental platform. And in this Nine of Swords card here, with the bees buzzing around the girl and this whole dark energy, I get the feeling like him being so famous at times has got to him. Though on the outside, I feel like he presents himself as being really calm and cool. I get this message about like there are times when he's just felt it's like overwhelming about the press, about the media, about people, and I feel it not so much about criticism as it is demand for more. Like, we want more, we want more of you. And I see it could be like agents or producers or other people like calling him, and him just feeling like, oh man, like buzz off, I can't do this today, just feeling like overwhelmed, like I need to take a break. In a way, I feel like at times things have been too much for him with his stardom, with his fame, and and with the Six of Pentacles in reverse here. So that that number. So what I'm getting here is this energy of like a child and a mother, and I get the feeling like he sometimes just misses. I get the feeling of him just like missing his mom sometimes, actually, and wishing just to like be back home or go back home and live a simple life. But at the same time, I feel that with that six energy, it's that Virgo energy. Like I love the fame, I love the money, I love the fortune, I love being in the studio and doing what I do, and I feel like he's always loved it. And I get the message from this card also that he's always loved performing, he's always loved being on the stage, and he's always loved being in the spotlight. With that High Priestess coming up, I do get that feeling still, like there's some kind of ex he has, which is like weighed a lot on him. He might not still be over it, actually. With the Knight of Cups here, wow, I do get a message, guys, that he could actually be knighted. If he's not already knighted by King Charles, I feel like he could, by King Charles or by the Queen, if he's not already knighted, I feel like that is coming up for him, like he could be knighted, in England, what they do with many of the big celebrities, they take them and they, put the sword on either shoulder, give them the knighted status. So yeah, I feel like he could become a Sir Ed Sheeran. Okay, but we're not looking at the future here, guys. I shouldn't get ahead of myself. We're looking at the past. So with the Knight of Cups, it is that energy like, I want the higher things in life. I want the greater things in life. I want to be bigger and better. And you see, there's like a book here with paints and stuff. It's like that energy of creation. Like, I'm an artist. I got to create. I got to make the things I do. Otherwise, I'm not going to be living my truth. And I feel him like when he was younger saying to himself, like, I have to live my truth. I can't let anything stop me. I'm not going to go into any other industry. There's nothing else I want to do, is what I'm hearing. It's like one of those kids who it's like, I just want to do this all the time, every day, like an obsession. I see him when he was younger, just like waking up in the morning and like guitar in hand, just like playing and being like, I gotta do this, you know? Like practice makes perfect. I also get the message about perfectionism. Like he's a perfectionist. He's got to do bigger and better all the time. And he's got to outdo himself. And I feel him. Also, I'm seeing him, guys, like overwriting songs and things in the past and maybe in the present as well. I see him like having breakdowns or meltdowns, mental breakdowns, where he's like head in hands, just holding his head in his hands, like having a breakdown or a meltdown over some song that he just can't perfect. He can't get it right. And he just like really wants to get it right. So I feel him like it's a perfectionist, like he's a perfectionist and nothing is like good enough for him. I feel like even the part of the reason I feel like he's so humble is because of that perfectionism. Like he truly thinks and believes within himself that these songs are not good enough. My song isn't good enough. Even though it made number one, even though it made number two on the top 100, like in the world, even though my album sold like millions and millions of copies, it's not enough. It's not perfect enough. I get him, I get that feeling of him being just like unsatisfied with his own work. And also comparing himself to greats, I feel. I feel actually this message like he may listen to classical music and stuff, or even kind of compare himself to like Mozart or like Beethoven. I don't know why I get that message, but it's like he feels like I can't be great. I can't be as great as them. I can't be as great as the real greats, as the real masters, as the real classics. Like he, I get that feeling from him. Yeah, with the Nine of Cups especially, it's like there is like with the I don't know, siren or this she, I want to say like water witch here holding this green orb, you know, it's to me like that feeling that I was just explaining, like I can't be good enough. And cups, you know, is the emotions, and in reverse here it's like big emotions. It's like I'm almost there, but I'm not there. I, I'm not at the point I want to be. Meanwhile, everyone else around is like, "You're great, you're amazing, you're wow," but he's like, "No, I'm not. I'm not great. These are the real greats. These are the real people who are amazing. I'm not amazing." It's a very humble mood, and it forces him, pushes him to work harder with the Six of Swords. Um, with the Six of Swords here as well, I feel huh. It's also that energy of his mother coming up, but it's not only that. Now, I know that in the recent past, he did have a child, right? He did have a baby. Um, but with the Six of Swords card coming up, I don't know why I get this message about health. Health being important because number six in astrology is the sixth house. And that house is all about, it can be about illness, hospitals, but I feel like potentially in the past also, I'm not sure, guys, maybe you know better than me, but I feel like he could have done something with charities, charities for children, charities for sick people, or maybe even Red Cross, I'm seeing. Um, but I feel something with this card, like him, there's something about illness, something about sickness. And I don't feel it's particularly within himself. I feel it related to people around him for some reason. Like he cares about the sick. Um, and in the past, so we are looking at the past, so I feel like there may have been some kind of illness in his family or something like that. And like he's gonna take care of it. But it's weighing on his mind, or it has weighed on his mind in the past, and it's been like I feel like a big influence somehow on him. There are quite a lot of things I'm seeing here which are like influences. One is the whole relationship with women and exes as well. The other is um, simply not feeling like he's good enough ever. And the third is about caring about people and caring about the well being of other people, especially people who are close to him, I feel. Yeah. So that's the past. Let's look at the present for Mr. Sheeran. Ed Sheeran. So what do we need to know about his present life? Okay. Okay. 3 plus 4, 7. My lifetime dreams. Wow, I don't have to dream my life, as I have the power to manifest my lifetime dreams. It's really interesting. Number 7 is also the seventh. The seventh house in astrology is the house of marriage. It's the house of marriage, house of partnership, relationships. I get the feeling like I know he is married now, right? And I feel like that woman he's married to is really like, he feels like she's the love of his life. And by the way, guys, I see him as a pretty easygoing partner, an easygoing guy to be in a relationship with. Like he's not gonna demand too much from his woman. He's just gonna be like, go with it. And I get the feeling of him being a guy who's like so supportive. He would like his wife just to like be a stay-at-home mom and take care of their kids. And I get the feeling of him feeling like he's made it, feeling like he's truly made it, like financially and with the star power he has. And you see here, I don't have to dream my life, as I have the power to manifest my lifetime dreams. It's like he feels like I've made it. I've made it to the highest point that I can be at. He feels like he's on the mountain peak. Like I've got everything that I ever could have dreamed of in my wildest dreams. I've got so much more than so many people. I feel him actually like living every day kind of surprised, actually, like surprised that he's made it so far. And it's like, wow, I've really achieved my dreams. I've really gotten to the place that I want to be at. And I see him with this whole beach energy. It's like I feel him like he does like to go on vacations, but I feel him in general like he likes to be in beautiful places, even at home in the UK and wherever he lives. It's like I feel him living in a very beautiful place and having a nice surrounding around him, and just being the kind of guy who's like, I want to invest in my home. I want to invest in my home surrounding, especially for my family with that 7 energy coming up. Like, I want my family to live in a beautiful, comfortable home and have all the things that we want around us. And I see him like, I am actually seeing that he has family gatherings at his house, I feel like with extended family and friends. And I see him just like having that very loving, positive vibe. And there's music, there's laughter, there's like warmth and beer also around. Like I see him just like having it's like a very down to earth life for a superstar, really. Um, very kind of basic, surprisingly. But by the way, I get the message about him being smart in his business dealings. Although he may seem like a simple guy on the surface, I feel him like he's been very, very smart in his business dealings. He will continue to be. I feel like he's always hashing things out. And I get a message about like lawsuits against him, people trying to sue him maybe, or people trying to take things away from him because really they're jealous of him, you know. But he's so down to earth, and I feel like he looks at things from a very grounded perspective and gets all the best lawyers, all the best advocates, all the best attorneys on the cases, on the legal cases. I feel like he may be dealing with some kind of legal case or legal matter right now where he can't get out of it. But I feel him like he can be worried about those things sometimes, but ultimately, like, I feel at the end of the day, he just feels like I can't put my energy toward that because I feel him still like he has this addiction to writing songs or like writing music and just like perfection in that. And what comes up is like that's kind of like the pen and paper in front of him and the guitar and the recording studio. It's like his church. It's like his altar. I'm seeing like the writing process and just like pen and paper, notebook in his hand, being like the thing which heals him and which cures him. And if he has any worries about anything, about even legal stuff, I feel like he goes to his pen and paper, he writes music. That's the thing that he does. It's like his form of prayer. He sees God through music, through the music that he puts out into the world. That's what I'm feeling. I think other people do too. So it comes up for present moment. Oh, again, it's that Capricorn energy, 11th house, Capricorn energy. So spiritual, mental, physical, dedication to achieve. Mental, focusing on. Physical, results from the rules imposed by. Resulting from the rules imposed by. Imposed by higher powers, right? He's going to be making more money, more and more money. I feel like right now with the songs that he's putting out, like he's constantly making money, like too much money, guys. Dedication to achieve. He's like on the spiritual level, like as I just told you, it's like he is like a fanatic. He's a fanatic with what he does, with developing himself, with developing his music, his career, his image. I feel like it's an addiction for him. It's like an itch. If he's not writing for a certain period of time, it could even be just like one day. If he's not writing, I feel like he's just like itching for that. Like, I gotta write, I gotta create, I gotta make new things, and he just can't live without that. I feel like if he didn't have that in his life, he would be way worse off. I'm seeing this image of like he could even be just a nobody, like an alcoholic even, if he didn't have that outlet of writing. And it's interesting, resulting from the rules imposed by. I get this feeling like someone around him may be trying to direct him in a way where he's like, no, I gotta do my own thing, don't try to change me. Don't try to change me. Don't try to make my art any other than it is. But I feel like he has worked with other producers and things who have been like, okay, Ed, listen to this. How does it sound? Let's change it to this. And he has been really skeptical or like hesitant to work with people who want to change his work. So I feel like that is an ongoing thing for him since we're looking at present moment. Okay. Let's take our tarot. So what comes up for the present moment relating to Mr. Ed Sheeran? He's a true artist, isn't he? He's a true creator. So let's take the tarot. What does the tarot tell us? Okay, we have some things popping out here. So this is the thing coming up. 10 of Cups. Great. I feel like it's this one. Is it this one or this one? Okay, Queen. I don't know. These two cards are coming up like equally. Okay, Strength card. Then Queen of Swords. And this one is 8 of Swords. What else? 2 more. It's coming up. 2 of Swords. Okay, so this is present moment. 5 of Cups. Something's bothering him, guys, with 5 of Cups. Um, I feel like something is not right for him right now, and I feel like it could be related to his home life, could also be related to his child or children. Um, there's something not right, something bothering him. Um, even still, I feel like he's still creating. So let's start from here with Ten of Cups and Strength card, as well as the Queen of Swords coming in. Now, for me, there's a lot of energy coming up about the home life here. Like he's very happy with his home life. You see this cottage coming up. There's something like he's happy with his home life, and I see him like he's very happy. Um, he feels like he has a wonderful future ahead of him with his home life, is what I'm feeling. And like he's going to give everything to his family. Like I feel him right now at this moment. He's like, everything I do it for you. I do it for you guys, for his family, for his wife. Um, I believe he has a child, right? For his child or children or upcoming children. I see him like really wanting to be that great, loving father, provider, and wanting his family to have everything they need to be strong, to be happy, capable, um, wealthy. I'm seeing him having an idea about sending his children to the best schools with the strength card here. That's coming up strongly for me. Like, I feel him like he wants many children. You see, this is like a mama bear, like this woman with the mother bear and the cubs. It's like, I get that feeling also like he feels very nurtured by his marriage or by his loving relationship in his life. And with the Queen of Swords here, it's also that energy of like holding opportunities up in the palm of your hand. Certain things which are in your hand, like strength and opportunity or insight into the future. Like I feel him thinking about the future, and I feel him particularly thinking about the future of his family, like future children. Like I I want my children to go to the best schools, and I'm hearing Eton. Okay, if you know anything about Britain, like Eton is like the school that the princes go to. But I feel him like, okay, I want to send my kids to. I want my kids to be the happiest that they can be, to get the best education that they can get. So I feel like he's thinking a lot toward the future. Now, as far as I know, he has only maybe one child at the moment, right? I could be wrong, but I feel him wanting to have more. I feel him wanting to have a big family, and I feel him, we're going to look more into the future in a minute, but I do feel like he can have several children, like 3, 4, maybe 5 even, something like that. I feel him like he's going to have several children. Um, but with these cards here, there is something, some kind of problem I'm feeling around him, like Eight of Swords. So there's some kind of hidden thing that the public is not hearing too much about or hearing about at all, which is weighing on his mind a lot. And it's like with the Two of Swords here, I feel like there's something around a decision. And Five of Cups, it's like there's something in the home life or in family life which is not right, which is wrong for whatever reason. Maybe someone could be sick, or someone could. Now, I don't want to say, I don't want to really say it out loud, but I do get a feeling like there could be someone, there could be concern for his security or safety, for safety of their family. Um, I'm seeing like around their house, you see there's a house here, like there could be a need for bodyguards or even doctors, that there's something like questionable there going on. Like people, someone might be out to get him, he may have some kind of stalker, or he may have people who are negative to him sending him, death threats or negative letters and all that kind of stuff, etc. But like basically, yeah, I do feel like something is on the rocks with his family. But generally, I feel they feel very good with their family life and with what he has, and what he has going on, and in his career especially. I'm seeing very strongly like he is feeling very strong about his career, that he's going to continue on for a long time, be a musician for a long time in his life. I see him also becoming that kind of old guy musician in the future. But we're going to look at the future in a minute. So yeah, let's look at the future now. So what's coming up about Ed Sheeran's future? What's coming up? What's coming up about Ed Sheeran's future? What do we need to know? What does it say? Oh, creating new habits, number 6. It says, I am strong enough to turn bad practices into good habits. I am the creator of my own life. You remember that song, Habits, Bad Habits. My bad habits lead to you, right? And you see that pen and paper there. I feel him coming up in the future, like he's going to want to change things up. He's going to want to switch things up somehow. And we could actually be seeing that in his career, in his image, in his public image. I feel him like he's going to want to incorporate, continue like new things in his music. Now, it's interesting, you see this kind of rug here, and as I mentioned earlier, I saw that music video for Azizam, which is like about the Persian rug, and he like trips on the rug and then he's in Persia and stuff, or in Iran. And like, I do see that energy coming up, like he may be doing more kind of international collaborations. And I'm actually seeing it about India or people from the East, more like, or maybe even with some of these K-pop groups. I don't know if he's done it already, but I see he's going to be doing something a little bit more ethnic or different coming up in the future, like collaborations. I also see something which it could even be not only Eastern, but more like South American, kind of Spanish or Latin influence kind of stuff. And it's like, I feel him like being very cool with that. And I also see him traveling to those places, to these kind of exotic places, and not only doing tours, but I feel like filming music videos is what I see. So yeah, let's see what comes up for karma cards. What do we need to know about Ed Sheeran's future? By the way, number 6 is also about practicality, that Virgo energy. So, and by the way, number 6 is that same 6th house of illness somehow. I don't know why I get this energy around illness, but I feel like he himself is not going to be like ill, but it could be someone around him. I don't know. Like there could be some barriers because of illness or family illness or close friend or something like that. So what comes up here? Okay, the 2nd house. What is the future for Ed Sheeran? So spiritual, patiently, mental, what you want, physical, get what you need in the 2nd house. 2nd house is also about money. It's about comfort. It's about material comfort. It's that Taurus energy. It's, you see the coins here, you know, riches, jewels. I get the message also about him acquiring something which could be like priceless artifacts. I feel like he could be gifted something by someone from abroad, some kind of museum or priceless artifact, and we may not even see it in the public, but I feel like that could be something he's like keeping in his house in like a locked, guarded, airtight box, and with like, you know, laser security beams all around, and kind of Mission Impossible kind of stuff, you know what I mean? He is going to continue on his path of being a superstar, and he's going to continue touring, and I feel like he is going to have that star power, kind of like that Paul McCartney power, you know. Hopefully it's not too much of an old reference for anybody watching Paul McCartney. You know, he was one of the Beatles. The kind of Beatle energy, like, I gotta go everywhere around the world, and I'm always going to be remembered. People are going to talk about me for the next 100 years to come, and I'm going to grow old and just sit in my wealth, sit in my money, and I feel him actually like he may get together with some of these older rock stars, and like some of these older rock stars may really appreciate him and like what he's doing and appreciate this youthful generation of new music, and just love that like there's some legacy going on. I see him maybe in the past, but also in the future, like meeting with these old kind of superstars or old rock stars. So let's see what comes up in the tarot now for his future life. Ooh, lovers. Lovers, lovers. Let's up what else comes up. World reversed. Page of Cups. What else? Magician. Ooh. Magician card. Very nice. Two more. Hermit. This one. Ooh, Five of Pentacles. What could that possibly be about? Okay, so let's look at it. What are the cards saying? Especially with Five of Pentacles in reverse here. Five of Pentacles in reverse is supposed to give that energy of losses, like losing something. But I feel like he's going to be rich. Okay, so what comes up about this Five of Pentacles is it could be something about a lawsuit. Somebody they don't like him. They're jealous of him. They don't want him to be so rich and famous, and they just also see him. There's somebody who just like sees him as a doorknob, kind of like as a useless kind of guy. They think he's a pushover, or they think he's gonna cave in to certain things. I'm seeing like whoever it is, this person who's gonna try to take this money from him or sue him or like file a lawsuit against him. They just think that he's cheap, he's easy, that he can easily be manipulated. And I feel like in this situation, they're going to play really hardball and they're going to get some money out of him. So I feel like he could have a big loss of money coming up in the future from that kind of lawsuit thing. Like one of his best-selling songs or something could be like, I don't know how to say it, like demonetized. Like that song's going to be out, but he's not going to be able to make any money from it. And that person is going to like claim all the money from it somewhere. I'm seeing Spotify for whatever reason, but yeah, what comes up here with lovers, I feel him having a very wonderful, loving like marriage and relationship. I've already said it a few times, but I feel with the Lovers card also, people in general are going to continue to love him very much. And with the World card as well, it's like the whole world is going to continue to love him, continue to remember him. I see him stepping up also as like showing himself as like a good person somehow, like doing things for charity. Or I'm seeing like, you remember in the 80s, like all those rock stars did like Live Aid for Africa. Like I feel like he's gonna do again. Now I know he did a concert for Ukraine, for the situation in Ukraine, but I feel like he's gonna continue to do more kind of things like that. There's gonna be a really big one I feel coming up, and I'm seeing it within like the next 6 years. 5 or 6 years, within the next 5 or 6 years, there's going to be another really huge concert for like charity that I feel he's going to participate in. He's going to be like one of the main faces for that. So look out for that. With Page of Cups here and Magician, it's kind of interesting. It's really interesting. I feel him. So I feel he's known as being kind of a guitarist, but I see him with piano as well in front of him. But I feel him like, I do again get this energy of him wanting to do things with like exotic stuff. And I feel like he could be picking up some like Indian or like foreign kind of instruments or like ethnic instruments where he's like, I see him with a sitar again. We talked about it in his past life thing, but like I see him like with the magician, it's like these things are coming out of nowhere. Like he could be collaborating. I see strongly like India musicians or something. Like he could be collaborating and learning to play the sitar or learning to do something quite exotic and just like I see also like dancing with K-pop stars for some reason. So I feel something about the East Asia, South Asia, East Asia, um, coming up in the future, and it's like it's gonna kind of come out of nowhere. Like nobody would have expected it with the magician energy, where it's like things are manifesting out of nowhere. But it's going to be a very good and strong collaboration for him because I feel him, although he's already known worldwide, I feel him gaining popularity, and I feel like he could become even more noticed, or like a few songs that he will do become like #1 hits in Asia because of his collaborations. So yeah, with the Page of Cups here, it is that energy of like a kid in a candy shop. Like I have so much to choose from. I see that he's already really got it made, but I'm seeing particularly, I don't know, some young female, not too young, but like a female upcoming singer who is just like breaking out into the music industry, and I see him doing a duet with her. So it's something to look out for in the future as well. She could be Korean, or I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure, but I feel like it's going to be an English language. But I did want to say, guys, that I feel like I got a vision earlier, which is like he may do something in the future with becoming a judge or a host on one of those talent show type things, you know, like The Voice. I'm seeing The Voice actually in particular. Um, that could be further down in the future, like quite a long way down, but yeah, that is something, that is a vision that I had earlier when I was meditating on him. So with the Hermit, I feel him, you can say as time goes on, I feel him having more of a secure private life, and I feel him having people around, like security and things put in place for his private life. Um, so I do feel he is going to have a couple children, and he's going to want those children to be really, really secure. And I see him like having maximum security around his children, and him being really concerned about his future children and being like, I don't want anyone to touch my kids. They have to be super safe. And I see him like putting them in a school where they're going to be really secure and safe. Oh, you see, there are 3 little mice here. So it may be he actually has 3 children, but yeah, I see him being the kind of parent where he's like concerned and always wants them to be like home before dark and like that kind of thing. I feel him being a very caring person in that way. So, yeah, guys, um, what more can I say? Uh, if you like this reading today, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Definitely subscribe to the channel. And as I say at the end of every reading, I am taking viewer requests. I would like to hear from you guys. I do consider your requests. I am going to try to get to as many of the requests as I can. So, yeah. Take care, guys. Until next time. Peace. Stay in the light. Bye.